Welcome, dear viewer. Imagine you're at a party, but you're trying to find your friend Jane. You know she's there, but it's a masquerade, so everyone's in a disguise. Suddenly, you have an idea. You shout, "Who is Jane?" And because Jane recognizes your voice, she answers, "I'm Jane." And voila, you found your friend. This, in a sense, is how Address Resolution Protocol, or ARP, operates within a network. It's like a partygoer shouting in a crowded room, trying to find out which hardware address matches up with the required IP or Internet Protocol address. ARP operates on a local network level. It's a protocol used to map an IP address to a physical address on the local network, known as a MAC or Media Access Control Address. Now, you might be wondering, why do we need this mapping? Well, data is transmitted over a network using MAC addresses at the data link layer, while IP addresses are used for logical addressing at the network layer. ARP acts as a bridge between these two layers, allowing devices to communicate effectively. This process is crucial for routing IP packets on Ethernet networks. When a device needs to send data to another device, it needs to know the recipient's MAC address. If the sender only knows the recipient's IP address, it uses ARP to find out the MAC address. The sender broadcasts an ARP request packet that asks, "Who has this IP address?" All devices on the network receive this packet, but only the device with the matching IP address responds, sending its MAC address back to the original sender. Now, imagine if every time you needed to find Jane at the party, you had to shout and ask for her. It would get pretty tiring, wouldn't it? This is where ARP tables come in handy. An ARP table is like a guest list at the party, where each guest's name or IP address is matched with their costume or MAC address. ARP tables are caches that store these IP to MAC address mappings discovered by ARP. This table is stored in the device's memory and keeps track of IP to MAC address mappings. ARP table entries have a limited lifetime and expire after a set period of inactivity to prevent stale entries. When a device wants to send data, it first checks its ARP table. If it finds a valid IP to MAC address mapping in the table, it uses this information to send the data directly. If not, it broadcasts an ARP request, and when it receives the response, it updates the ARP table with its new information. To ensure this table remains current, entries in the ARP table are not permanent. They have a timeout value and are discarded if not used for a certain period. This period varies depending on the operating system or the network device. ARP is crucial for communication within a local network because it bridges the gap between logical IP addresses and physical MAC addresses required for data transmission over Ethernet and other LAN technologies. ARP is like a partygoer shouting in a crowded room to find a friend, while an ARP table is the guest list that keeps track of everyone at the party. This process is essential for smooth operation of Ethernet networks, enabling devices to send and receive data efficiently. So, the next time you're at a masquerade party, remember the ARP and ARP tables. They're the unsung heroes, making sure your data finds its way to the right costume. Because without them, the party would be a lot less fun, wouldn't it? In this video, we've explored the world of ARP and ARP tables. We've learned how ARP maps IP addresses to MAC addresses, the role of ARP tables in storing these mappings, and why ARP is essential for network communication. Remember, ARP is the glue that holds local networks together, ensuring seamless data transmission between devices. That's all for today's video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting networking content. Thank you.